What is up, everybody? Right here. Today we're going to be jumping back into yet another Zombie Survivors with the new update where we can kind of get unlimited leveling and unlimited stats. Who knows if they're going to change it? Part of me hopes they do, but I heard the reasonings that people wanted to keep it there because it's hard to tell how they're balancing this game. Do they want to balance it around, the 20-minute mode or the endless mode? So I guess there's two sides to every story. I would personally prefer they kind of balance it around endless, but that's just my personal preference. The 20-minute mode is too easy. Once you kind of level up your characters, it's pretty easy to survive that. And then once you do that, there's the end game. Most games tend to balance for the end game, they balance the skills and stuff and the leveling up system and all of that, but it's still an early access game. They're still going to be doing changes and whatnot. They're going to be redoing the meta progression and all of that. So we won't get into it too much. We'll just enjoy what we have right now, and the changes will come to where they'll find that perfect balance between the casual players being able to enjoy their 20-minute shorter sessions, and then more of the hardcore survivor players who want to do the endless modes. So today we're going to be doing a turret build. We've done those before, but I've been kind of interested to jump into this again with the new update to get because we can increase the duration now. We can reduce the cooldown a lot. So if you saw my previous video, we had basically the engineers turrets up, like covering almost the whole map. So we're gonna kind of do something similar, but we're gonna run the engineer and SWAT. Those are gonna be our two main characters, and then we'll be running the ghost too, just because the ghost is going to give us the protocol critical, which is going to increase ability crit rate and ability crit chance, or crit damage and crit chance. So I think he would kind of be a good complement. We're not going to have a lot of survivability though. We're not going to be running the medic. We're not going to be running the huntress with frost arrows. So it might be a little challenging. I don't really know. We'll see. We're going to run Isolated City this time. We're still going to do Boss Rush because Boss Rush is a little more challenging. So we got Engineers, our party lead, Isolated City, Boss Rush. Let's go. We're taking the Engineer first because cooldown reduction is going to be probably the most important thing for us. Cooldown reduction and duration. We're gonna be able to level up all our characters with the new leveling system and sort of the modify. I think you get a little bit more XP doing the boss rush mode. We're gonna get our characters maxed out here really quick. Probably by the 20-minute mark, we'll have everybody maxed out. We're gonna get our Tesla upgraded as much as we can, and then we're gonna run then we're gonna start doing energy shield. I don't want to get laser until we start getting a little bit more, till we get our other squad mates. Okay, we're gonna banish the money modifier, and we'll take the jewel life. We're not going to have any sort of revive, so the jewel life is going to be it's going to be a little bit helpful. I don't know. I have a feeling once the jewel life procs, it really doesn't get you that much more time in the game though, because then you're going to lose half your health and you're going to die pretty quickly. Okay, let's do the energy shield now because I want to start killing these clumps of zombies. Okay, none of these. We got iron skin or stone skin, so we'll just run right in the middle of them all. Kill all of them, get a ton of XP. So obviously the object here is to just get our energy turrets and the automatic turrets as strong as we can, and we'll just see how much damage we can get them doing. So I'm gonna focus mostly on abilities, but I think we'll have good weapons too. So I mean, I still wanna be able to upgrade the weapons. This is one of those runs though, to where if we survive long enough, we're gonna have everything at really high stats though. Guess we can take another class now if we see. We're not gonna waste any rerolls or any of that, so I guess as soon as we see SWAT or Ghost, we'll take them. Okay, there's the SWAT. Yeah, that's okay. We can take the hits early. They're not gonna do much to us. Okay, we'll do ability critical chance. Look how many bosses there are already. There's so many. There's so many bosses. Alright, man, I wish I could banish two things. We're not gonna have any ice damage. We're not gonna have any ice damage, and then obviously the potato. So let's banish the potato, I guess. And we'll take the self-care. I don't want to waste my rerolls yet, because self-care is a good item, but I would prefer to get that maybe, I guess, a little later. I don't really need it right now. But this could be a long game, you know, this game could go for a while, so I want to make sure I'm using my rerolls when there's absolutely nothing that I want. Alright, there's our turret. So we're gonna have to rely a lot on movement speed. Okay, we're going to... Okay, so fire damage. I don't think we're gonna have anyone that does fire damage. So we can probably banish that. And we're going to lock down Vampire Survivor. We're gonna take the wooden stick. So here's our turret right here, our automatic turret. The plan is just to have so many of those up that we're just constantly doing damage with them the entire time. And hopefully we can get those numbers up pretty high. We'll see. We got the electric turret numbers up pretty high the last time we did it. So we might be able to do something with this. We're not going to get the elemental damage benefits from it though, that we do with the electric turret, so I'm not sure if we'll get it quite as high, but I hope that we can get it doing some really good DPS. Yeah, let's just take the ghost now. It's fine. They're so quick to level up now that it feels like it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter as much anymore. Okay, we'll take the vampire survivor now. Okay, let's take stuff like armor. We're gonna take a little bit of survivability stuff because we're not gonna have anything really. Okay, so here's the protocol critical. They changed the ghost ability. It used to be really similar to Eagle Eye on the Huntress, where she upgrades your weapon critical chance and critical damage, but now it's gonna do it for abilities. We're gonna work on the weapons first, though. Okay, well, now we'll take it. Might as well just stay here for a minute, because we're gonna get a bunch of level ups. We're gonna go with the assault rifle when that shows up. We're gonna take the assault rifle. We're gonna take 1,000 cuts. So we're gonna go with those. 1,000 cuts supposedly got a buff. So we'll see how that does. Okay, here's our assault rifle, so let's lock that in. We're gonna lock down homing pigeon, and we're gonna take vampire survivor again. So the cool thing about if you didn't watch the previous video, or you haven't really played since the big update, you now have a better chance of getting items that are stackable as long as you take the first one. So since we took vampire survivor early in the game, we're gonna see vampire survivor more often. As long as those items in the crate are stackable, they have a higher chance of showing up. That's a great change. A very, very good update to put into the game. Okay, we'll do max out ricochet. Once we max out our abilities, that's when we're really going to start to see our builds getting powerful. Because then we're going to start getting all the minor level ups. So that's when we're going to start increasing our cooldown reduction, our movement speed, our weapon damage, all these insane stats. And we're going to, as long as we can survive long enough, we're going to be able to get them up to really, really high levels. So that's kind of why it feels that the update sort of breaks endless mode to an extent. But again, it all depends on how good your team composition is. I don't know how well we're gonna do without a medic and basically no defense, but it'll be fun to see. I just really want to see, the fun part is just seeing how much damage you can get things doing now. So, like the turret, as soon as we start maxing everything out and I start seeing the updates for ability duration and ability cooldown, once we start seeing all that, that's when our turrets are gonna start getting really powerful. So it's gonna be a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit till we start really seeing it. Okay, we'll take the... This one's going to be good because we don't have any chemical damage, and the electric damage modifier is going to be good since we have an engineer. So we're definitely going to stack electrical damage. We do have the hollow ghost decoy. I don't necessarily know how good that's gonna be though. It's not as good as the Huntress's decoy. Man, 3 bosses just came out from right there. Okay, let's do Katana Splash. So this isn't really going to be a, hold on, let's, no chemical damage so we can banish that. This isn't gonna be a hold your ground type build. You know, I'm not gonna place my turrets and then just stay in the area and let those do the work, because the whole point is that we're gonna have turrets and we're gonna have our automatic turrets and our electric turrets basically everywhere on the map. So no matter where we run, our turrets are going to be doing damage, because we're going to get our cooldown reduction, and then we're going to get our ability duration so stacked that we're just going to have so many of those turrets and stuff on the map all the time. So I don't really think we'll get to the point where I have to hold still to make the build beneficial. So 1,000 cuts with the update on that. See, so we're seeing more. So here's what you do. If you already have locked in Vampire Hunter and you see something else you want that's stackable, take that. Because Vampire Hunter is going to have a higher probability of showing up every time. So, and the solar panel isn't going to until we take it. So if I take solar panel now, it's going to have a higher probability of showing up again. So start taking the items that you want early, even if it's not the one you necessarily want the most. If you know it's one you want and it's a stackable, I would take that. So with 1,000 cuts, I guess 1,000 cuts had sort of a character limit of the amount of zombies that it would hit per attack. So it looks like it would do this attack, and it wouldn't necessarily always hit everybody in the radius, but now it does. However, once it hits a certain amount of enemies, it starts doing reduced damage. But overall, that's still better. Okay, we're gonna banish the ice damage because we don't have any ice. You may or may not hear my dog barking in the background. I apologize if you do. Okay, let's keep doing 1,000 cuts. Alright, alright, now we gotta start taking the abilities I don't care about. Like the shurikens. Or the kunai. Or grenade trail. Or EMP grenade. I don't care about any of those abilities. I only really took the ghost for the protocol critical. That's the only thing I care about. I also just don't want to run the same characters every single time we do a video. Alright, we're gonna banish chemical modifier. We're gonna take... Okay, so this is what I'm saying. So we know Jacob's Ladder is gonna show up again. I really want Pocket Watch though. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take Pocket Watch, Because I know Jacob's Ladder is still going to show up from time to time, since we already have it locked in as one of our abilities. And I really want the pocket watch because I want these power pickups to last a little bit longer. Let's do electrocution. Electrocution's decent. I'm actually going to take the lockdowns. Alright, we'll take the big 5% dodge chance. Alright, let's do kunai. See, so now Vampire Survivor keeps showing up. Pocket Watch showed up again. I don't really need any of these other ones though, so we'll take Vampire Survivor for now. See, so now we're at the point to where we have almost all our abilities maxed out. So we're going to start seeing these infinite level ups now. They act as like the old minor level ups. So we're just going to be able to, once we max out all these stats, we're just going to be able to start getting insane upgrades with these. We're going to get all the ability damage, crit chance, crit damage, ability cooldown, armor, movement speed, whatever you want. You're going to be able to just stack it to crazy levels. And that's where it feels kind of like they broke the endless mode a little bit. Because it's kind of weird being able to max out all your abilities so quick and then just start breaking the game so easily. But again, I'll be curious to see how we do without a medic or any of those other characters. Okay, well, we're definitely going to take the duct tape. So we'll see if we can still kind of break the game without them. And no ice. We have no ice. I think ice is one of the best things to get in this game now. Ice is just insanely powerful. I would love to see the Ring of Power here soon. Maybe we start using rerolls. I don't know. I don't know if I want to waste my rerolls, but I would love to get that sooner rather than later. Because if this is gonna be a 1 hour run or so, getting Ring of Power early would be really, really good. Let's take the burger. All right. Let's see. Guess we could do this one. Coffee cup and sugar rush. Here, let's lock down sugar rush and we'll take coffee cup now. I'm just gonna max out all my abilities first, and then we'll... Well, actually, I'm gonna take this XP modifier. I am gonna take that. XP modifier, super important also. Super important to take because you're gonna be getting all these infinite level ups now going forward. So that's how you're gonna break the game. By getting all these infinite level ups and then starting to max out all your stats. All right, we'll do these ones. All kind of stink, so we'll take the sugar rush because we locked it down. All right, so there we go. 15 minutes and 13 seconds. We have officially maxed out every single ability in this game. If you want to argue the merits of that, that's totally fine. Just the only thing I ask is just be civil. Don't be an asshole about it in the comments. If you disagree with my take on the game, that's totally fine. I don't care if you disagree with me. Just don't be an asshole. If you think my take is wrong, that's fine. Everybody's gonna have different takes on this game. I see it from one perspective. People are gonna see it from a different one. Again, just don't be an asshole. Just don't be an asshole. That's all I ask. I feel like that's a pretty simple request. But my opinion is I don't like it. I don't like that I have now officially maxed out all my stats. I think part of the fun of these types of games is trying to figure out a specific build you want to go for. Do you want to go for a defensive build where you focus on the tank's ability first? Do you want to go for a damage build so you start working on your damaging abilities, your weapon abilities, things like that? There's no... I feel like this new level up system kind of takes away all that urgency. You know you're gonna get every single ability, so my argument is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. You're just gonna take the classes you like and you're gonna get every single ability. I know some people like that, and I don't think it matters if it's... I don't think it's really a debate between being a casual and a hardcore player. I think the game should be designed and optimized around not being able to get everything in 15 minutes. So if the game is too easy or too hard, then they need to maybe adjust damage on the abilities, damage on the weapons, something like that. I'm not a fan of your decision making and your choices being taken away. Because now within 15 minutes, and I know this is boss rush mode and all of that, I have now officially leveled everything up. So there was no real decision. There was no urgency in my decisions. I knew I was gonna get everything by 15 minutes, so it just didn't matter. That's kind of my take on it. It kind of stinks that, oh, I just get everything, so who cares? There's no build really. I guess your build is mainly just your characters now. It's not really about how you pick and choose your abilities though. And now eventually we're gonna max out all the important stats. And then that's it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about it. It's tough. Okay, so elemental damage is probably worth taking this because the engineers, everything the engineer has is going to be elemental damage. There's some good ones here, so I'm gonna lock down dancing cacti and we'll take the hypergas. I know it's gonna give us the weapon damage, but again, since we're gonna be leveling up so much here, we should be able to make up for some of that. And then even if we get far enough into the game, even some of the items aren't going to matter anymore. Some of these items that give you minus 10 movement speed, it doesn't matter because you're going to max out movement speed, and then you just take the minus 10% movement speed, and then you just max out movement speed again. That's really, it's supposed to be a consequence taking the item that gives you minus 10 movement speed. It's supposed to be a consequence, right? You give and take. There's no more give and take now with some of those items because of this infinite leveling up, we're gonna be able to make up the difference for it either way. And so that ruins that urgency because I'm supposed to care. I'm supposed to care that, oh man, do I really want to take minus 10 movement speed? But since I'm gonna get up to 300% movement speed anyways, who cares? It doesn't. Sure, I'll take the minus 10 movement speed. It's not going to be hard to make that up, and I'm already moving at 300% movement speed anyways. So that's kind of where I'm coming from this. That's kind of how I feel that this new level up system sort of breaks it. That's part of the decision making I was talking about that it ruins. There's no. I should feel bad that I'm taking 10%, that I'm taking a negative 10% movement speed. I should feel that. I should feel the consequences of doing that. But I don't, because again, I'm gonna get 300% movement speed anyways. So that's how I feel. I don't really, I mean, I think it's fun. I think it's fun, obviously, because we can get these really crazy builds going, and I know that's fun, but I also think it ruins a little bit of the longevity of the game. All right, let's do the ability damage. And I mean, mainly part of it is too, I don't want to play 2-hour runs. I don't. I really don't want to do 2-hour runs all the time. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is, because you have to make a game that appeases everybody. The people who only have 15 or 20 minutes to do a boss rush mode and get their victory at 10 minutes and then call it a day. And then you also have to appease people like me who want the challenge and the decision making and not to be able to break the game every single run. But then you have to appease the people who do want it. It's tough. I don't envy game developers. It's definitely a very challenging thing. So I look forward to seeing what they come up with. I think a new meta progression system will help. Maybe some sort of difficulty modifiers. They could do things like that. You know, kind of how, I mean, I wouldn't really say they're difficulty modifiers, but they do have the Horde and the Horde leveling up and fatigue system, but maybe you can make it harder right from the get. Like, maybe right from the beginning, the Horde starts at level 100 or something. So right off the get, the game starts really difficult. I don't know. But I think some sort of difficulty modifiers would be beneficial. Okay, I want both of these. I'm not gonna lock anything down. I'm gonna save my lockdowns for... I'm gonna save the lockdowns mostly for the crates. What we're gonna try to do a lot with this build too is I'm gonna try to get really good movement speed. I mean, I would take really high movement speed either way, but I think I'm really gonna take it a lot now because we're not gonna have the slow from the frost arrow to kind of keep these zombies away from us once their speed really starts picking up. So we're gonna need that high movement speed. And I don't have stim pack. I don't really have any of those sort of... Oh, here's the or the ring of power finally. Okay, that's actually pretty good. 20 minutes isn't bad. I mean, obviously it could be a lot better, but again, if this ends up being a 1 hour run, that's going to be a lot of power. Seems like we have pretty good damage, though. I mean, we're doing a decent job killing these bosses. Okay, we're gonna just... I'm gonna keep taking the XP modifier. Movement speed seems to be okay right now. Oh, man! 10% or the rare. Let's take the rare movement. Oh, man. Alright, sure, let's just take the apple, that's fine. Because again, like I said, we have all those other things. We have all those other things locked down, so they're gonna keep showing up. They keep showing up. Like, we have the homing page. All these that have the numbers in the bottom right corner we've taken. I know we don't have chemical, but I am going to take the toilet paper. Movement speed is going to be super critical for us. It really is. It's going to be crucial. Without the defense, without like any sort of survivability, no revives, no stim pack. We're not gonna have a ton of health regen. We're gonna have to rely on our movement speed. We're gonna have to rely on our life steal and our health regeneration. And then maybe, I mean, we'll probably be able to get our armor maxed out again if we survive long enough. We're gonna max out most of our stats. So now you can tell we're really starting to ramp up on some of our stats, like the movement speed. I probably gotten 50% movement speed, you know, since we hit our max level, or our max ability level ups, whatever you want to call them. Since we maxed out all our abilities. See, so now I'm gonna take movement speed every time. At some point, I'll stop taking XP. At some point. Okay. Ability area, I don't think this really is going to affect the turret. I don't know. Can I see? Yeah, because the turret doesn't really have a range, so I don't really think it matters too much. Although I guess it doesn't really show a range on these either. Oh, well, this one has a range. It's weird that this one doesn't show a range, though. So I don't think we're going to take too much ability area, at least not yet. The ability area is still cool for the other turret, but I want to mostly focus on getting as many turrets down as we can and having them stay out a long time. That's going to be our main priority here. No, hopefully, I mean, the goal is for this movement speed is that we're just going to be so fast that no one's really going to be able to hit us, and maybe they won't even be able to catch up to us at some point. So we'll kind of get to that strategy to where I can just kind of circle around the map, you know, and never even see the bosses, and then just assume that my turrets are going to do everything, are going to do most of the damage. I know XP modifier is not the most not the most exciting level up choice, but man, it's it's gonna really add up every time. I don't want to turn the damage numbers off. The game feels like it's not running quite as high as it normally does. I feel like the frame rate's a little lower. All right, well, we'll take the legendary health regeneration. Okay, okay, so I would lock this down, but again, we already have it. It's almost kind of locked down already. So I'm gonna take the wooden stick and get that XP modifier. This feels a little smoother now. I don't think I'm gonna take anything like health really, or the max health. I don't know. I took some of that last time, and I guess it doesn't really matter because eventually you're gonna get one hit. I think I might have gotten over 3,000 HP, but it doesn't matter because the bosses are still gonna one-shot you. I think taking the armor and health regen are maybe a little bit more beneficial because then you can just get hit by the little zombies, survive it, and then keep going. Okay, so you see how that last one had the ability cooldown reduction minus 5%. That's when you just go, who cares? Who cares? I'm gonna be able to get it anyways. I'm gonna be able to get it all back when on my next minor level up or something. Seeing those negatives don't really matter anymore as much, and it should. It should matter. Okay, so we're at Horde level. What number is that? Is that just? I guess it is 33. We're not really. Are we not that far into the game? It feels like we've been playing for hours. Okay, let's do. We have 225%. We're getting more than double our XP gains now. I like the pocket watch. So we maxed out the pocket watch. So now we're gonna have 1.5 seconds longer of iron skin, movement speed, killing frenzy. Really good item to take. Okay, let's do the weapon damage. See, so look how quick we're dropping our turrets already. Just look at the cooldown on the left-hand side. So let's count it next time we see it. Okay, so we just dropped it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like every 6-7 seconds, we're dropping a turret. Ooh, these are both good. I'll take the armor. I don't know what it is. It feels like the game looks a little off. It plays smooth, but I can't quite tell what it is. Is it just because everything's moving so fast? Is that why it feels weird? I mean, I could have just re-rolled. I probably should have re-rolled that one. I didn't care about like any of those abilities or options. Alright, let's do, I guess we'll do movement speed there. I think maybe we need to kill some of these bosses or something. I don't know. Does the game look different to you guys? It looks like it feels different. I can't quite put my finger on what it is though. It's not necessarily the frame rate, because I feel like the frame rate feels fine. Oh wow, that was actually a really big hit. Maybe it is the frame rate. Because I'm having a hard time deciphering when an enemy's coming. Like, because the enemies are getting knocked back too, which is kind of odd. Like, it kind of feels like they're glitching out. Like, look how they're getting pushed back like this. See how they're getting pushed back by my energy shield? I don't really see how... Look how... Who has a knockback? I don't think there's a knockback here. But everybody's getting pushed around. It's almost like maybe that's what's tripping me up. Like, look how they keep getting pushed back. What does that? It shouldn't be my energy shield. My energy shield doesn't do a pushback. See, do you see how it's doing that? It's maybe that's what's throwing me off. Because it feels like the game's kind of glitching out a little bit. Wow, 30% ability critical damage. I think that's what it is. There was a little update right before I played this game, so I wonder if something happened. All right, let's do cooldown reduction. It's just like the readability of the game feels a little bit difficult right now. Let's do... See, okay, so this is the one I'm talking about. This is the big one. So T-pose. We're going to get a 10% chance to dodge, but then a negative 20% movement speed. This should be a big deal. It should be, oh man, 20% movement speed, that's huge. But if I take this, I can still keep leveling up the movement speed anyways. So I gain the 10% dodge chance, and then I just have to use a couple level ups and get my movement speed back. And so that's where it feels that it's like, okay, who cares? I mean, I already have over 200% movement speed, so the decision making on some of this stuff is inconsequential. It doesn't hurt me as much as it should. Minus 20% movement speed should be a huge deal. But it's not, because now I just got 5% of it back, and you're gonna get an infinite amount of level ups, so you're just gonna be able to make it up anyways. This is going to be, I can already tell though that this is going to be a lot harder without a medic, without having the reanimate. Because I'm basically gonna have to run if I want to play this the safest way possible. I'm basically gonna have to run around the map like this. The game is being really weird right now, though. It's like it's hurting my eyes. So I don't know if we're gonna do a long video. I don't know how long this is gonna be. I don't know what this issue is with the game. Them getting pushed back is really. It's really tripping me out. That's not what's supposed to happen. All right, let's do bells and whistles. Let's do the ability cooldown reduction. Let's see if we can change some stuff. No, that doesn't change anything either. I think something maybe just happened with whatever update they put out. I'm not sure if there's anything else I can really change. I'm not gonna have lower. It's not like a frame rate issue or anything. Let's try disabling bloom. Yeah, see, it's just the game. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know how much I can play this though. If it's gonna keep doing, if it's gonna keep being like this. I didn't change anything. Let's see. Let's do. Okay, let's go back to our original settings though, because I feel like we actively made the game actually look a little bit worse though. Well, let's see. Let's try like no, it's not gonna be. It's not gonna do anything. I don't remember exactly what we had it on. Let's do like full. Then we'll keep bloom on medium. Right, because they're kind of the zombies. Look at the zombies. How I talked about the pushback. They're doing. It's so weird. It's like they're doing the Ring character, you know, where the Ring just kind of the Ring, the girl that crawls out of the TV and she just kind of like glitches through, and you're just like, ah, oh, what's happening? Right? This is killing me. It's killing me right now. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna check the Discord after this. Actually, let's check the Discord right now. Sorry, yeah, this is live. I'm gonna go. Let's check out like. So they released a quick hot fix. Pretty much right before we did this. So I wonder if the hotfix kind of messed this up a little bit. But it just says like the hotfix didn't address anything pertinent. It just fixed like in-game feedback getting stuck and then after screen runs. But I kind of have a feeling this hotfix might have done something different. But I don't really see anything in the comments either in the Discord. Curious. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anything in the. Although the Discord's pretty slow right now, to be honest. All right, let's do armor. All right, hold on. I have to pause one more time because now I have to get my OBS screen back up. Yeah, we might. I'm sorry. We might have to end this run like a little bit earlier than planned. This is really it's really odd. It's so sad. I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what to say about this. Like, look how they get pushed back. That doesn't happen. Right? It doesn't. Nothing looks fluid anymore. All right, let's do a homing pigeon. All right, let's do weapon damage. And I don't think it's necessarily the speed of the game, because we got to the speed of the game last time too, and it felt fine. I'm just trying to look at my options too to see what. I don't know. I'm trying to think if maybe some sort of my settings got changed for the update. But everything kind of looks normal. I think we might call it. Here, what else did we change? How many turrets we have? See, this is exactly what we wanted though. Basically the whole map covered in turrets. It's nuts. Let's see. We still have like it's hard to tell the automatic turrets though. Because they're a little bit harder to see. But I think we're just gonna kind of call it here. I'm gonna start running through the bosses and we're gonna see if we can get killed. Because this isn't working out. I don't know what happened to the performance of this game. That's the life of my streaming though. We get what we get. So if we die, we die here. And we'll check out our damage numbers. We'll come back. I'll come back to this build. I'm gonna check out the Discord a little bit more after this run and see if I can find out what happened. If it's, I mean, it could just be a me issue. I don't know. But the readability of the game basically, yeah, see, I'm even stuttering a lot now. I don't know what it is. I didn't change anything. I'm literally just gonna run around in circles until I die. Look at all these turrets. We're just gonna start taking all the DPS modifiers too. Oh, that was my revive. I walked. That was my mistake of trying to walk back in to get that killing frenzy. Ended up walking right back into the Charger's paths. And there it is. GG's. You succeeded. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, let's check out our damage numbers. Electric turret, 20,000 damage. That was pretty good. Ghost. Wow, Hollow Ghost. Hollow Ghost did our most DPS. Maybe because of all the electric. We didn't even get that much electric damage modifier. Holy cow. I guess it was probably because we had like a really good cooldown reduction and duration. Maybe it just stood up there the whole time and kept doing damage. And then the turret actually didn't do... The turret didn't do as much as I thought it would do. Helicopter Strike. Wow, look at Helicopter Strike. 8,000 DPS. That actually... I thought the turret was going to do more than Helicopter Strike. Interesting. But obviously the electric turret is the... the big boy right here. 20,000 DPS. That's pretty good. Everything else, not so much. 4,000 for that. What did our other weapons do? 4,700. And then 1,000 cuts, 5,600. Yeah, that wasn't bad. All right, yeah, sorry. I don't know what... I really don't know what happened. I'm going to check out the Discord and see if there's some sort of performance issues, because that was really starting to get to my eyes. I couldn't... It was really hard to focus. I don't know what it was. But yeah, that was our turret run. We'll probably run this back again, I think. Like I said, I'm going to check the Discord, see what happened. I don't think it's my computer, because I was running everything fine earlier. And then we just did an update right when I started this game, there was a new update. So I wonder if that did anything. But there we go. That's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your day.